All right, we are continuing our interviews with our candidates for the May 2nd primary, and we're going to focus on Ward 8 this morning.
Good.
And we have a candidate for City Council in the City of Canton, Richard Sacco. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here. Appreciate it.
Sure. So let's talk about you a little bit. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've lived most of my life in Canton. We moved here when I was 4, so been here most of my life. I went to St. Joseph Catholic School, and then I went to Timken Vocational High School at the time, no longer there. And I went 4 years in the Navy after that. And when I came home, I worked odd jobs, and I finally got onto the Canton Fire Department. I was 36 years with them, retired as a captain. And I was in the union. I was a vice president for the union, and I also was the PAC chairman. That's what got me involved in going to city council. I've been going to city council for the last 16 years. So I understand how city council works, and I also understand how working as a fire department, how the city operates. So I have the experience to see what's going on, and I've been going house to house. I got 3/4 of the houses in the 8th ward, and learning all the issues that I knew about, and then some I didn't know about. So that's what I've been doing so far.
What are you hearing from the people in Ward 8?
Mainly the two issues in Ward 8 are streets and drainage issues. Because up in the 8th ward, there's a lot of streets that was taken over. One time, a lot of it was in Plain Township, and it was annexed back in, I believe, the 60s or maybe in the late 50s or something. So there's a lot of streets without any drainage at all. So the people, I mean, they come out their door, and that's the first thing, especially if they're having water issues with all this rain. And we see how how the rain's been getting worse and worse because of global warming, or however you want to say it. So these problems have been growing, and nothing's been done over a long period of time. So imagine how much worse it gets. And in the streets, there's a lot of streets up there that, because of the rain and the washout, that they have really poor issues with their water. So between the streets and then the drainage issues, and then people do not like chip and seal. So if your street was chipped and sealed, when I knock on their door, that's one of the first things that come out the door, and like, listen, and I'm like, yes, okay, I understand. And we'll try. I'll try to work. We have to work. We have to come up with a plan for these drainages because they're expensive to fix. So you're only going to get one or two in maybe a couple of years. So we need to make a plan of where we start, where's the worst, and then work our way out. At least have a plan so when the people call us, say, yeah, you're down the road, we're going to get to this point, but we got to start. We just can't keep letting it go like it is. So that's the issues that I see with the 8th ward.
How hard do you think that'll be, taking those concerns, going back to council and working with your fellow council members to get stuff like that done?
Well, I think we have to look at the entire city. I mean, we can't get everything done in the 8th ward, but we have to work. My job is to take care of the 8th ward. My second job is to take care of the city of Canton, so we all grow. Because the issues that all the other candidates have talked to you about, all the issues, crime and all the other things in neighborhoods. Well, that's one of the parts of the issue 13. Remember, was the money going to the neighborhood. So some of that money should come to far as streets and drainage issues. Uh, we have to separate the money. I mean, there's issues all over the city, but the second part is, as we have to make the whole city grow. We can't just think of the 8th ward. We have to sit, locally, everything together. So if you say what's good for the 8th ward and what's good for the city, they should go hand in hand, combine. Like you said, if the city grows, then we'll have more money to do these projects. We need to bring businesses into the city. Let's face it. Intel is coming to Columbus, right? In the paper, it said there was 30 to 40 companies following into the city of Canton or into Ohio. Why can't we get one of those? Just one of those 30 to 40 companies come here, and then we need to bring the young people in because we're losing our population. We're losing young people. Upsets them is the way that the streets don't get taken care of. Is, what, I can move to the township and all this, and I'm like, no, we're going to find a way to help you, to keep you to stay here. because we need those families here. We need them to stay and work with us, so we all can, grow.
Now, it's not the first time that you've run for city council,
No,
correct?
I ran 2 years ago. Yeah, and it's tough when you run against an incumbent. You have to do 3 times the work. The last time I doubled up my efforts. Like I said, I'm going to go to every house. I'm going to make sure sometimes people don't want to answer the doors. I mean, it's different now since COVID. The last time, it's better than the last time because people didn't want you to come onto their property. Now, at least I got some people, and when I get to talk to them, that makes a difference because they're like, well, nobody's ever come talk to me. I'm like, okay, well, I'm here and I'll be there for you. I'll get you an answer. It might not be the answer you like, but I will get you an answer, and then we can work from there. Like, okay, I can't do anything right now, but maybe down the road we have you on the list.
And what makes it so important to you that you win this job since you're going for it a second time?
Well, I think I can do a better job. My opinion. I believe, we need to change. We've had the same people in there for a long time. It's time to move on. I wish there was younger people. We need to get younger people involved. I mean, it's hard to find people to want to even get involved. And when you get into politics, you learn a lot of stuff that is not fun. So, we have to kind of change that, and we got to make it more interesting for younger people to come in. I wish there was someone younger than me. I would say, yeah, go for it. Someone young, smart, because that's what we need. Um, Before we had a councilman, Edmund Mack, who was, he was really smart, and I, helped him out, and yeah, and just learning from, how he did things, and like I said, I've been going for 16 years, not because I had to, because I wanted to go. So there's a big difference there. A
Yeah,
lot of the candidates are running. I never see them at city council. If you
yeah.
want this job, show up and see what the job's all about. I've been going for
Hmm.
16 years. I know what the job takes. And I've talked to people, and I found out a lot of things just going around that I thought I knew all the streets in the city being a fireman for 36 years, but there's some little nooks and crannies I never knew existed. And those people have, interesting little things because they're forgotten and they feel abandoned because the snow doesn't get plowed till really late, which is, it's hard for, because there's so many streets, you only have so many trucks. But, everyone looks at it as like my street. And I
Yeah,
understand that, right? I
yeah,
mean, I don't know where you
yeah.
live,
It's
but it
right.
is it like that there, right?
Yeah, it's where you live, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, why is my street not,
Hmm.
paved or snow plowed or any of these things? So, I can accept that. I'll take the phone calls and I'll find out. Sometimes they do miss streets. They miss my street every now and then. Just all you gotta do is call. You don't have to yell at somebody. Say, hey, you
Hmm.
forgot the street. Okay, we'll get somebody over there. And if not, I'll find out why. So I mean,
Well,
it's you have to work with people, and that's
right.
we don't have to yell at each other anymore. We have to talk to each other.
One final push.
Okay,
Why should someone vote for you?
because I'm the best candidate for the job. I, I was a 36-year firefighter with the city of Canton. I understand how Canton operates. I've been going to city council for 16 years. I understand how government works, and sometimes it doesn't work. So if you want someone who knows what's going on, who's going to be out there, going to be energetic, going to be at, you can call me. I'll find you an answer. Like I said, it might not be the one you want, but we'll work from there. We can find a solution. We just can't keep saying nothing can be done about it. We lose people, and we losing good people with good incomes. We don't want to do that.
All right. Well, wish you the best of
Oh,
luck.
thank you very much.